This locksmith spent his life building a safe, but he locked himself in and sank into the sea. He thought no one could open it and find him. Little did he know that the genius who could crack his safe came along 30 years later. Seabass has had an amazing talent for lockpicking since he was a child, but like most video makers, his lockpicking video was uploaded and then fell into obscurity. No one even watched it. After shutting down his computer, Seabass went back to his 9-to-5 job, but this day he left work as usual. When he came home, suddenly he found an internet user had left a message under his video. Seabass excitedly clicked on the message. He found that the user had left an address for him. He asked him to come over and try his hand at it. Seabass thought it was some kind of party. After dressing up and arriving here, he discreetly gave his password, but when he entered, he was shocked by what he saw. The room was a huge arena. He was unceremoniously pushed into the middle of the arena. In addition to him, there were 7 other players. Everyone had a safe in front of them. The first 4 people to open the safe would advance to the next round of the competition. Before Seabass could react, 3 people had already opened the safe. Seabass could only focus on opening the lock first. He soon succeeded in advancing to the next level. With a little more experience, Seabass moved faster. However, the organizers increased the difficulty. In the safe added a music box. This made it difficult for Seabass to listen to the sound of the safe, the sound of metal clanging in the lock of the safe. But that didn't deter Seabass. The lock was opened on the second try. Finally, it was time for the final round. Having mastered the situation, Seabass did not panic at all, even chatted with his opponent until the countdown reached 30 seconds. He did not panic and opened the lock, and finally opened the safe before his opponent. He won the match. While he was enjoying the cheers of the crowd, a woman on the sidelines caught his attention. At this moment, Seabass only had eyes for this woman. Luckily, she was also interested in him. Soon after they met again in a coffee shop. The woman's name was Gwen. As soon as they were seated, she showed Seabass his thieving skills. A ring stolen from a woman, a man's watch, and a gun from a gangster. Seabass is dumbfounded, but Gwen told him her next target for heirlooms left behind by the master locksmith. The first 3 are kept in 3 banks. They serve as the bank's vaults. The last one is a safe called the Twilight of the Gods. His own body was stored in it, sank in the sea. These 4 safes, the ultimate quest for any lockpicker. Gwen knew that lockpicking enthusiast Sebastian wouldn't be able to resist such a tempting offer. Sure enough, he came to the door the next day. Gwen introduced him to the other members of the team: the hacker, the driver, and the hitman. These 3 men are the best in their respective fields of business. They were all first-class masters. Now with Seabass, the team was finally complete. They soon started their first theft plan. Seabass pretended to have to pee. He entered the bank to use the bathroom. Gwen stole the keys from the security guard at the door and went to the counter pretending to ask the manager to do the safe deposit business. They were able to get into the safe room. Now all he has to do is distract the manager who was guarding the safe room. Then we can start the act.